Okay, this is the steam wand on the MaraX. This is just a cap, which feels like chrome metal, not chrome plastic. That just goes in there. There's no ring there just to keep the water out and also to help it seat in. I've just moved that out with a little screwdriver. Underneath that is a little circlip, and the knob, as you can see, spins. Now how this works, the knob's on a thread. As you spin the knob, it runs up the thread and pushes against the circlip. That then acts as a lock on the thread, which allows you to undo it. When you've done it up, it screws back down the thread. I'm going to zoom in there so you can see this. So let's focus. You can see the brass piece. Oh gosh, I've got to look above the camera. Can you see that's a collar? That collar spins. It acts like a washer, just to take up the slack. Then if I screw this knob out, let's try and do this. Let's focus it for you again. If I screw it out, the knob comes out and presses now this way against the washer, and now when I turn it, it'll start unscrewing the valve. If I turn it back, can you see it turns and actually spins, moves inwards, not pressing against the washer anymore. Okay, you can see it's all slack. If I turn it out, can you see that's all tightened up? If I remove that circlip, you'd actually see the thread backing the knob. So I'll do that. Okay, I've removed the circlip. How that's done is you just go in there with a small flat-bladed screwdriver, put it in one of the holes in the circlip and twist it. But make sure you keep a finger on the circlip because it will try and ping away. Now, you'll see the brass collar will remove. Let's remove that. Okay, see that brass collar? And then the steam knob will unscrew. But of course, because it's got no stop to work against, yeah, it just comes straight off the thread. That washer would stop this steam knob coming off, and then it would start to turn the valve. I'll put that back on, and I'll put the collar on, then I'll put the washer on, and I'll put the cap on. Washer on. How I do it, wear safety glasses always when you're doing this stuff, is I push the washer down and then I use a flat-bladed screwdriver on top of it, supporting it with one hand, and just push it and it clicks into place. Now the steam valve will work correctly. You unscrew it, it pushes against the washer and opens. You screw it back and it's slack. Now just make sure the washer is seated correctly, and it should be in that groove, and you should, circlip rather, and you should be able to turn it, you see, which I can. Now, these can get bent, but there's only one way, really, they can get bent. Once this is unscrewed, it'll start unscrewing the valve. If you do it really, really hard, you'll bend that washer. If you unscrew it and it's fully open and then you keep going, then that washer could bend. And that's the only way, really.